against the size of Arizona, depending on the line.
Well, you don't have to chase Hairston, though. I don't let him go out there and shoot that ball.
But if he comes out of the game and just Parker and Hood are in there as the bigs, which is a lineup Duke will feature. Here's Gordon. He can rebound. He can handle.
His father was a good player down at San Diego State. Eddie Gordon.
He gets his offensively mainly right now in transition and on the offensive glass. Johnson getting better and better every year, now a junior.
He's had a solid year. Another year, he's going to be definitely an NBA player. He's improved his shot.
Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Tarzewski got a height advantage on Hairston. Here's the double team. As Hood came down into inbounded, Johnson wide open. And he misses his second three. Corner three, not there for Parker, who comes into the game shooting 61% from three-point range.
We saw him in an opening game against Wiggins in Kansas. He demonstrated right out of the gate in the Windy City, where he's from in Chicago. He said, I am for real, big games. As a diaper dandy, pretty good guy. Kevin Durant.
Not bad. And Parker has scored from the three-point line, from the free throw line, on drives, on mid-range jumpers. There's a steal by McConnell, the transfer from Duquesne. He averaged almost 3 steals per game in his 2 years at Duquesne.
He's the first real legitimate point guard they've had in the Sean Miller era. And he's a leader. He's a guy that's got to be a little bit more assertive, I think, shooting the ball. Look at the back screen. Great play. Ran a back screen. No communication. And that was one of the big cries of Mike Krzyzewski after the Vermont game. He said, we didn't communicate on defense, and that's unacceptable wearing a Duke uniform.
Nice two-man game given to go between McConnell and Johnson. Arizona by 2. Cook behind the back. Parker trying to post.
See, they want to play half-court game. If they get him in this half-court game, that's an advantage, I think, for Arizona.
Cook. A little bit strong on the jumper. Rebound to McConnell.
Head up. You watch McConnell head up all the time. Great vision on the floor.
He finds the open man, Ashley, or Gordon rather. Fakes the shot, drives, and it's rejected by Parker. Arizona bench wanting a goaltend. Cook racing down the court at the other end.
And that's what he excels at, Dan. Getting up and down the floor. That was one of those questionable ones down there. I mean, you can battle that all day, whether that was a goaltending call. All I know is Cook did a great job in transition.
Tied at 4, just over 4 minutes in.
Trying to get good spacing, good screen up high.
Johnson left it short. Tarzewski is fouled on the follow. Past coach tonight for the all-time Division I wins record in this building.
Yep, right here.
A couple of years ago. Changes subs now as Emil Jefferson is into the game for Duke, along with Rashid Suleiman. And boy, are the Blue Devils waiting for Suleiman to start playing like he did last year. And Rondé Hollis-Jefferson, freshman, number 23 in white. Keep an eye on him. He is a big-time athlete and a big talent.
Yeah, he really is. He's in really a great elevation. I think 2 key players for Duke. You mentioned it, Dan. Suleiman and Jefferson. They need Jefferson on the offensive boards, and they need Suleiman to score.
Jabari Parker with a jumper over Aaron Gordon. The freshmen are matched up on one another.
Jabari's got that real great touch. Tough to defend because you got to really respect his jump shot. You can also put it on the floor and get to the basket.
Gabe York is into the game now for Arizona as well. He's having a terrific season this year. Quick shot for Suleiman for 3.
They need that out of Suleiman. They have not seen the real Suleiman, who at times last year was brilliant. Then he went through a little slump.
Now a turnover, and Cook count the basket. Goaltending on Tarzewski. A 7-0 run in 32 seconds and counting now for the Duke Blue Devils.
Really explosive at times. They've had some bad moments as well.
Ashley for 3.
That's a plus, showing his ability to go inside, outside. Ashley was a big-time recruit out of high school.
Boy, you got to love the pace in the first 6 minutes of this game.
Well, a lot of talent on the floor. No team so well coached. Sean Miller's brought them back to the Lute Olson days.
Suleiman into traffic, rejected by Hollis-Jefferson. McConnell, great court vision. What a move on the baseline. Finds the foul, Ashley.
What a terrific play. Our guys talked about it, Dan, and it's sad. They talked about his leadership ability, his quarterbacking skills, and you saw a demonstration right there.
As you said, the first true point guard in the Sean Miller era in Tucson. They've had combo guards really running the point the last couple of years. Tough shot by Parker. Saved, though. Arizona ball now. Gordon ahead to York. And York will finish as Arizona takes the lead.
Terrific play by York, protecting the basketball.
7-0 run Wildcats.
This Wildcat team is going to be one of the elite teams in America all year long. They're just too talented, too well coached. They got athletes, my friend.
And size as well. Hood. Soft touch to tie the game.
What a blessing it was for Duke when he transferred from out of Mississippi State.
Becoming the first player ever for Mike Krzyzewski to be named a co-captain before he actually appeared in a game. Redshirted last year, but named a co-captain this year.
I heard Mike Krzyzewski said to me as I was leaving his locker, he said, "This boy's size could be a problem, so we're not going to get bigger tonight."
Duke's about dead even in the rebounding numbers on the season. Arizona's out rebounding their opponents by 14 a game. And right now, Rodney Hood is on his way to a big evening.
Great isolation for Hood. Strong left-handed player. Converts.
McConnell, no look pass to Hollis Jefferson. Extra pass to an open York. O'Neal Jefferson down to the board for the Blue Devils.
Both teams really move the basketball. You get good ball movement, you get player movement, you're going to get a good shot. I really believe that's a difference maker between good teams and great teams. Shot selection.
Put into Hairston. Cook, nice bounce pass inside. And a rejection. Comes free to Cook. High arcing jumper from about 12 feet away.
You know, he really improved so much last year in the Battle of the Atlantis down there where they had some great wins over Louisville VCU. He was the MVP. He walked out with the gold trophy.
He was one of the most improved players in the country a year ago, now a junior. Got his hands full with McConnell.
Notice the 15, 17 feet apart so he can't get help.
Ashley in and out. And Hairston holds off Tarczewski for the rebound.
Did a good job blocking out there. One of the lowest starts in college basketball. Or in the NBA. Everybody wants to go to the rim. Nobody blocks out.
Suleiman. Cook. What a move.
He's a big-time player. He really has big-time ability. How in the world did they go 91-90 with Vermont? It's not taking anything away from Vermont, but they were 1-5 coming into that game and really have not played to the level when people projected about them. But still, that was a great moral victory. And I don't believe in moral victory.
7 years in college basketball. He went from the East Coast to the West Coast and has tapped the West Coast recruiting exceptionally well, brought this program back up to that elite level where they can challenge for the national championship by recruiting West and recruiting East. And as you said, hiring Damon Stoudemire, going back to that Arizona pass and finding the right pieces here.
Parker back into the game, misses the jumper.
Also, when you talk about Andy, he's got Joseph Blair on the staff as well, former Arizona player. Very smart.
Hollis Jefferson with a 15-footer. Arizona ties it.
I know you like him. Most of his rebounds come on the offensive glass. He's one of those good-looking freshmen. Doesn't get a lot of publicity, notoriety, but he will.
6'7" out of Chester, PA, so he's fairly...
He's already got great wins this year over teams like Florida.
Hollis Jefferson, you saw, go to the bench. Hood's off to a good start. Marshall Plumlee, who has played extremely sparingly this year, is into the game now for Duke. Loose ball knocked away. McConnell 2-on-1. Johnson, count it!
When he get Artis back, that takes him even up another level to join the likes of Dotson and Young. And he got UCLA. They haven't launched yet, right? UCLA still undefeated.
Arizona State had a tough one last night. Doug McDermott and Creighton blew him out.
Well, people better start giving Doug McDermott more credit than he gets. I really believe that.
College basketball calendar, some of the other great games. Indiana's at Syracuse, North Carolina's at Michigan State.
Tom Izzo keeps rolling that program big time.
McConnell, just enough space to hit.
He has to do a little bit more than that. He's capable of making that shot. Sean told me that yesterday. We took it on the phone. He said, I got to get him to shoot the ball a little bit more. Sean was a heck of a point guard when he played in Pittsburgh.
The connection between him and McConnell. McConnell from Duquesne, and McConnell's dad, a high school coach in the Pittsburgh area. Hood banging with Johnson, taking advantage of his 6'8" height over the 6'3" Johnson to make it a one-point game.
They just got to get another scorer, and they get Cook to join Cook. Also, when you talk about Parker and Hood, one other guy's got to step up for that.
Jordan Mays, a senior who's not playing a whole lot this year, misses the baseline try, and back comes Parker. He can do this well as well. He can rebound it, bring it right up the court, initiate the offense. Suleiman fouled on. Hit two big threes.
Two monster threes. So you think, I'm even listening to you, man, all the time. Wednesday night, day before Thanksgiving, and I'm listening to my guy instead of taking my wife out for dinner.
Suleiman gets a nice ovation as he goes to the bench. Duke back up by 2 as the lead continues to change hands here in New York City.
Tarzuski's got to go inside and want the ball. He's got to want the ball down in the box. Coming away too far, he pushed him away.
Double team. He finds the open man, and Gordon slams it home.
Great ability by Tarzuski in the post to recognize the double team means somebody's open. I mean, you don't have to go to Harvard to figure that out. Even a dummy like me can see that. And he found the open guy for the layup. That's coaching.
Media timeout coming on the next whistle. Tied at 25.
It's been a good one.
It's been a great one. Tough shot, Parker. Around and out, rebound, McConnell.
So far, Parker's taking tough shots. He is not getting open looks. He's got a little bit more patience.
Soft touch by Ashley. Wildcats on top.
Didn't have a good game yesterday, but he's come out strong here. I say yesterday, I meant Wednesday.
So many different scores for Arizona. So many different guys who can hurt you. There's Jones taking the handoff. And now Thornton.
The one thing Arizona's done really well is keep Duke out of transition. Trying to keep them playing 5-on-5.
And Parker is fouled before the shot to take us to a timeout. Arizona up. A little bonus here as Feast Week continues. Number 6 Duke and number 4 Arizona. And we have
sideline with 2. His dad was really a heck of a player. Played for Michael Cage down at San Diego State. Michael Cage, remember this, I'm telling you, has a son that's a junior. He is going to be off the charts. About 6'11". It's a modern-day high school. California.
Jones. Strong drive, but rejected at the rim by Ashley. Johnson forces it up and is called for the offense. Arizona and Cook with 2 for Duke. And none of those players are on the floor right now, so both teams a little bit short-handed early. Hood. Tipped and corralled by McConnell.
He's really played a solid 14 minutes so far. McConnell understands where he is all the time on the floor.
Earlier when Nick Johnson was on him for a few seconds, but also Rondae Hollis-Jefferson will have to play him as well. That's all according to Miller earlier today.
You know, Andy, he's got 3 guys you just alluded to who are capable of challenging him. There aren't many teams that can do that, but have athletes like Ashley and Jefferson.
Hollis-Jefferson driving. Stops on a dime, doesn't get the roll, and Hood down with the rebound for the Blue Devils.
Okay, Hood's had a heck of a half.
And draws the foul. Nobody stopped the ball.
Got to stop the ball. That's the first art you learn. And defense go to 6 fouls, but it's ego involved. Well, the NBA does it. We don't want to do it. It should be 6 fouls. People don't come to see stars like Gordon sitting on the sideline.
Tarzuski goes to the bench. So Sean Miller feeling a little bit differently than you do about that situation as he brings Mays back in.
Oh, all the coaches feel basically that way. I didn't when I coached.
Oh, what a crossover by McConnell. Hood down with a rebound.
Hood done it all.
Hollis-Jefferson, a big assignment covering Parker. He's got the size and the athleticism to do it. Now Parker posting. Strong move. Yes.
That's big time. That's big time. And that's versatility. Showing his ability to post up as well as shoot the 3. He's just a big time. Trying to get a little respect. Would love to have that rematch.
McConnell, Mays, and York in the backcourt right now. 3 Arizona players with 2 fouls, all of them on the bench right now, with almost 5 minutes to go in the half.
You know, York can be combustible, man. He's a guy that can go on fire. He's probably their best long-range shooter.
Only played 87 minutes all of last year. Has become a fixture in the rotation this year.
There's no substitute for guys that can make shots. Oh, what a move.
A travel called on Parker.
That's okay.
63 career wins. They are 6-1 this year. The one loss was to Kansas. The narrow 1-point win over Vermont. Arizona's undefeated. They are 6-0.
The one thing he believes in, former players becoming coaches, have that pride and passion and understand what it means to wear that uniform.
Mays too far. Cook and Thornton in the backcourt for Duke. Jefferson, Hood, Parker up front.
Parker trying to post on the inside. Gives some post press. Now he steps out.
And hits it. Long 2 for Jabari Parker.
See, people say Carmelo Anthony, similarity. I don't see that. I really don't. I see more of a guy who can do a little more post-up ability. Carmelo was a terrific long-range shooter, but I didn't believe that he had the kind of post-up ability that this kid has.
McConnell to York. Yes, another assist for McConnell. His 5th of the game, and Arizona's tied it.
And he went to the right guy. You know the guy can shoot the ball. Put the ball in the hands of a shooter. That is smart, intelligent basketball. So many times guys don't understand strengths and weaknesses of their teammates.
Tied at 30, 3:20 to go in an entertaining first half here in New York. Parker on the inside this time.
See, that's what I think's the difference with he and Carmelo. But don't get me wrong, I love Carmelo. Carmelo was a phenomenal player and is great now on the NBA level. But he's a different kind of player. He's more facing up.
Hollis Jefferson a look inside, and Ashley is fouled by Emil Jefferson to take us to immediate timeout.
How could you not love this kid's ability, his talent? Comes from a great family.
Heavyweight matchup. And we have already had 8 lead changes and 10 ties in this game.
Good job doubling up in the post. That's one of their real keys tonight. They're doubling on the post, trying to get the ball away from the post presence. Duke not a strong team.
And rebounds are dead even. Turnovers are fairly low. This has been a well-played basketball game. Look inside. Parker got a bump. No call. Tries to save it and does to Suleiman.
Such an advantage when you got a guy that can go inside, outside. Gives you so much flexibility. Good ball movement.
Parker the drive, and the reverse rolls off the rim. Here comes McConnell.
Didn't need the reverse. He could have jammed that baby.
Lob, and Johnson just could not go in the first half. You can see 5 assists, and that was the first turnover of the night for McConnell.
Pretty good ratio, 5-1.
Yep, comes in with a season ratio better than 3-1. Hood for 3. What a rebound almost by Suleiman. Slaps his hands in disgust. He had it, but let it slip away.
Here he is matched up. They switch him on top.
Hood defending Johnson. Now switching Thornton's on him. Duke switching on the perimeter.
Doing a great job. A lot of movement. Oh, out of control.
And a travel. Bad decision there. Picked up his second foul. So he's been limited tonight. 2 points and 3 rebounds for Aaron Gordon.
See, that's why if you had 6 fouls, kid would be playing. People pay top dollar to see you play, not just see you on ice here.
Parker again. And the rebound to Hollis Jefferson. York down. Hairston down.
Nice pass.
Ashley lays it in. Hollis Jefferson with the assist.
Well, he created that off the bounce. I like that Hollis Jefferson. You're right about him. He's got great potential. He can be a star. Wait a minute. We got the best one here. Damon. Damon was incredible as a shooter. Nice pass. Good two-man game.
Tyler Thornton finds Jabari Parker.
Why not? I'm finding every possession. He is special.
He has scored the last 8 points for Duke.
You know, there's been a lot of great Duke players. We all agree. But I don't think there's been more a player with more talent than he's had coming into the program as a freshman. And they've had some great ones.
Ashley. Hollis Jefferson. And Thornton.
Had a pretty good guy to play for Arizona by the name of Jefferson as well.
Richard.
King Richard.
Yeah. Well, this is Rondé Hollis Jefferson, no relation to Richard Jefferson from a generation or so ago, another tremendous player in town.
Last time these two clubs met, 2011. It was the Derek Williams shot. They got blown out in the, I believe it was the Elite 8 to go to the final. No, it wasn't the Elite 8. Sweet 16 to go to the Elite 8.
Thornton off balance, gets the roll.
Thornton with the drive because Connecticut then beat Arizona to go to the Final Four. Connecticut won it all.
And the by possession game, a March-like game in November. And as for Jabari Parker, he says they got to keep going to him to continue to get Arizona's big men in foul trouble.
There was some foul trouble for Arizona in the first half with a trio of players picking up 2 fouls. Tarzewski tries to hit the cutter, and it's out of bounds and back to Duke.
He tried to make the extra pass. It's okay to be unselfish, but right there, he's got to score the ball.
By the way, T.J. McConnell, 6 points, 5 assists, 4 rebounds, and a steal, and only 1 turnover in 19 minutes in the first half. Hood, who started the game quickly, starts the second half with a bucket.
He's got that bounce, man. He's got that swag. He's got that Jay Billis swag.
Nobody has Jay Billis swag, except for Jay Billis.
He's got swag.
Johnson, a little collision with Thornton. Loose ball back to the Wildcats. And Tarzewski, and he draws the foul.
Basically, you get that deep inside with his size, he's going to draw that contact. He's trimmed down, lost a lot of weight.
Third place game that immediately preceded this one. The Arizona players kept coming into the tunnel, getting ready to come out, and then it would go another overtime and another overtime. They kept going back to the locker room.
Well, I did the same thing.
I want to know what you were doing.
I was watching you.
Bouncing off the walls.
Bouncing off the walls, man.
Hood to Hairston, not really a scoring threat. Now back to Hood.
Now the 3 guys are going to score, and we talked about it. This kid right here with the rock in his hands, Parker and Hood. They're limited the other players. They're out there for defense, screen, rebound.
In and out for Hood. Nice rebound by Thornton and a fresh 35 for the Blue Devils.
Those guys are what you call blenders, man. They blend into a team concept. Thornton and guys like Hairston. Hairston, good offensive rebounder, tough kid. Nice matchup, McConnell and Cook.
And Cook walked. Good job by the...
Look at the intensity of Mike Krzyzewski. Looks like a guy trying to win his first game. He's won a few.
Yeah, he's trying to win 964.
Unbelievable. Think about also better than 60 at the international level.
2 Olympic gold medals. Ashley can shoot it from the outside. Hits Tarzewski, and Parker stripped him from behind.
Great play by Parker defensively, because that was a dunk.
And now it's out of bounds to Duke. And a Duke turnover, and Mike Krzyzewski is up off the bench and livid with his players. A couple of sloppy possessions here early in the second half.
In that living room in Chicago with Robert Montgomery Knight, that he'd be sitting here with all these accolades.
Arizona fans outnumbered here, making some noise right now here in New York. Ashley lobbing inside, trying to take advantage of Tarzewski's size, but he's stripped.
Strong with it.
Suleiman into the game now for Duke. McConnell. Tarzewski is fouled. That was a much more...
He was not going to be able to play 30-plus minutes and be productive. So it's a great example of Arizona being able to develop that out of him and him putting in the work in the offseason. He says he's much better prepared to handle the kind of long stretches in key games this season.
And there's flexibility for Arizona. They can have Tarzewski in there and go with a huge lineup. They can take him out and play Ashley or even Gordon at the 5 and go with a smaller, more athletic lineup.
Gordon's certainly been quiet, but he's been limited because of the foul trouble.
Parker, no. McConnell down with a loose ball.
Notice McConnell, young kids, head up all the time. Head up all the time. Great vision. Knows what people are.
Johnson wide open. And Johnson won't get a better look from beyond the arc than that.
I'll tell you one thing, years ago when I had Salim Stoudemire, that was automatic. Automatic.
Thornton, no. Tarzewski, another board.
I think I said earlier, Lee Olsen said that Stoudemire was a good shooter. He meant Salim.
A steal by Thornton. Suleiman is fouled by Ashley.
He's the guy, I agree with you. He's the guy that's got to step up. Every time you miss a shot, you think you're coming out, he's got to relax and just play.
Rattles out on Parker. Parker now 5 for 15.
That's 33%. 5 of the 5-1, 5 of the 15-3.
Turnover.
You got Cook. You missed Cook.
Suleiman can't finish, and Ashley comes down with it.
They missed Cook on the wing. He was wide open. You go to a 1-3-1 set defensively. See, the way they're calling fouls, I think more teams should start the zone. Play at least the zone occasionally.
Dick, Arizona looking for the lead.
Krzyzewski trying to get good post position inside on Parker. He walked.
Couldn't keep his feet, and a timeout on the floor.
He's also getting bad angles. Hey, talking about the future of these teams, the future's bright. Just as Paul Biancardi, ESPNU, Duke rated #1 in recruiting, Kentucky 2, Ohio State 3, Carolina 4, Louisville 5, Xavier 6, Kansas 7, Arizona 8. The Elite 8, he said, certainly will change with some new players when the recruiting season picks up again.
Paul sending along some great information, talking about Jalil Oak, 4 Tyus Jones, that combo package that Duke got.
Also, they got the kid Winslow, Grayson Allen, who they like as well. I mean, they go nuts on Twitter, waiting for the announcement for a player.
1-point lead, Duke.
Good defensive effort right here on the perimeter.
Suleiman going away from the screen, and a soft touch high off the glass.
I like the fact that he's looking for his shot. He's not backing down from it. They need Suleiman if they're going to be an elite team.
Three-pointers short for Gabe York. Duke on a run out. And Hood, that ball was deflected away, so no travel.
Really now finding themselves. They still need, as we said earlier, another scorer. We think the guy is Suleiman.
Tonight for Duke, Parker, Hood, and Suleiman have 38 of Duke's 40 points.
Hey, also in the ACC, keep an eye on Pittsburgh. Keep an eye on them defensively, Jamie Dixon's club.
And you know Notre Dame's going to have a solid season. They got a veteran backcourt.
Experienced backcourt. That player knows a little about the ACC. Sat next to Mike Krzyzewski for years.
A steal by Nick Johnson.
He's been quiet tonight. Johnson's been quiet. He's got to get going.
Rondae Hollis-Jefferson into the game for the first time in the second half. Aaron Gordon is on the court as well. This is him. Defended by Parker.
Duke has done a real good job on Johnson. Trying to get a little isolation one-on-one here.
Ashley the handoff. Johnson.
Hood playing him right now. Hood with size. With lateral quickness as well. Got to stay in front of him, get over the top of the screen.
And the pass deflected away. Here's Suleiman.
Good job by Hood defensively.
Hook. Yes.
He's a big-time performer. He has really got stardom all over him. He just has to be consistent.
Cook into double figures, largest lead of the night for the Blue Devils.
You know, you watch games like this, you think about a Vermont challenging Duke, you think of Columbia, Michigan State. And as Mike said earlier, you got to come to play every night. You got to respect everyone.
Hollis-Jefferson on a sweet feed from Gordon.
I love that kid. I love him. He is smooth. He's got velvet about him.
And it's a 4-point game. Krzyzewski getting ready to check back in.
I can see why you were so excited about Hollis-Jefferson. You told me about him. You said you really liked him.
His coach really likes him, which is much more important. Suleiman with a crossover. Good D by Johnson. And Emil Jefferson is heading to the free throw line.
And that's what we need in games tomorrow. Duke and Carolina. We would have never thought that was so big. Yeah. Duke could win their first time in the history of the school 10 games. That's unbelievable. And Carolina's been on fire lately.
Hollis-Jefferson missed it badly. Knew it. He followed it right away. Got it back. Missed again.
Great effort. Wow. Great effort. Second, third. What a passer distributor he was. Guy did a great job with him, his brother Archie.
Terrific career for Sean as a point guard at Pittsburgh in the late 80s, early 90s. And away from the ball, we've got a Arizona. Would have been the NIT season tip-off at Madison Square Garden.
Both these clubs really have some good balance. They really know how to play offensively. They spread the court. 15 to 17 feet apart.
Gordon for three.
He's been quiet, but he's got talent. I don't care what his stats are here. Bottom line is he's a talented type of man. Right up there with all the great ones, Wiggins and Randall.
Lead down to one.
They're not going to go away, baby. This could be a mailbox smasher.
Parker wants it. Gordon defending him.
What a
Now Parker
matchup.
says, I'm going to come get it.
What a matchup. Look at him. Look at him looking on his face. Oh, almost went down. Allowing them to utilize their great athleticism, getting up and down in a break.
Yeah, looking at our stats, fast break points, Duke 7, Arizona 4. Not much for either team.
Both clubs really digging in. Good defensive transition. Getting back, fighting men, matching up on the basketball, like right here. That's a nice matchup right there, Cook and McConnell.
Johnson had a little trouble, finds Hollis Jefferson. Good matchup between him and Hood. Shot clock at 5.
Good job switching up on front.
And Nick Johnson buries it with the shot clock winding down.
He buried that, and he did a great job switching to get up in his face. He's become really an outstanding perimeter player. He's improved his shooting big time.
Tied at 45, and a steal, no, a foul on Rondé.
Health issues, our prayers are with him for a speedy recovery.
Hairston off to Hood, tough shot, rattles out, and Gordon down with a rebound. Gordon averaging almost 10 boards per game.
Had 13 the other night, and they had 11 points for 13 rebounds.
McConnell, too strong off the window, but Hollis Jefferson has it.
He's so active. He really comes up with deflections, keeps the ball alive, gives you second opportunities.
Johnson sizing up Parker, gets the switch, now has Hairston.
Tyszewski is in a big screen. Look at the size difference inside.
Yeah.
And Hairston battling him all the way, putting the body on him.
Got mismatches on switches all over the court right now. Into Tyszewski, and a foul.
For hours, jumping rope. He'd do all kinds of agility drills. And he had to carry those big 20 pluses that he had. And he was terrific. Trouble when I coached him, he sat next to me as an assistant. Because he had a bad knee. He had knee surgery.
That's why you got the Ziggy.
Oh, I got the Ziggy. Had a great assistant.
Tyszewski, no.
Got to turn up and jam that baby.
Big East tournament games when he was a kid.
Sad to think there'll be no Big East tournament games here. Well, they'll be here, but not
different Big East.
Yeah, they're different Big East. I'm talking about Big East that I knew years ago. Right?
Second half tied at 45.
But what else is new?
Championship game, NIT season tip-off from the Garden.
Just what we expected, really. Right down to the wire, both clubs coming after it. A lot of pride. Last time Duke has lost in this tournament was quite a while ago, 1996. That's a long way. They've got 14 in a row in this tournament.
Hollis Jefferson trying to make a tough pass off a foot of a Duke.
Arizona 25-2 for Duke.
Johnson. Ashley for the follow.
And that's their strength. And that's one of the real problems for Duke. Rebounding the basketball. Ashley on the offensive glass. He's having a heck of a game, Dan.
First lead of the second half for Arizona.
Look at the intensity of McConnell playing the basketball. Very focused. All these kids playing so hard.
Gordon with a block.
There's that great size of Gordon and the length he possesses.
Johnson the spin.
That's a big-time move right there. What a big-time move by Lee. Great athleticism, things you can't teach, and both want it. They want it.
Arizona fans making some noise right now. Clustered behind that bench. It's a mostly pro-Duke crowd.
Rucker, they took him to the Apollo. They took him to see Motown, which is a great play. I've seen it. They wanted to give the kids a real good education.
What a baseline drive by Nick Johnson.
He's stepping up big time. He also went to West Point to visit with Mike as a student. He said it was a great educational trip for the players.
Duke has gone almost 6 minutes since making a field goal. And Parker draws the foul on Ashley. And fourth foul on Ashley. That's key. Also, the foul was before the shot, so no free throws for Parker. But Ashley's been one of the best players for Arizona tonight.
And that's one of the keys you don't see in a box score, the value of Parker getting people in foul trouble.
What a move. Strong.
Smart. They got some great players around. I mean, you talk about some of the guys around them, like Nash and Brand. They got some really good players.
And you and I are so lucky. We've got so many good games we're going to do this year. But I keep thinking about that Kansas-Oklahoma State game. We're going to have a game day game
That'd be special.
on March the 1st. Nice two-man game. Johnson to Tarzuski.
Nice play by Johnson. He's a very unselfish player. And that's the way you like to see Tarzuski finish the play.
Parker. Jefferson bothered and fouled. 17 fouls, so bonus, but Jefferson misses the front end.
That was the reason they lost to Kansas. Bottom line is Kansas played great, but also Duke hurt himself on the free throw line. Oh, Tarzuski had great post position.
And Jefferson called.
Smart right now by the kids from Arizona. That was Sean's game plan. Let's go inside. That's our advantage.
It's Hairston on him now. No taller than Jefferson, but stronger. Gordon. What strength there?
Strength, superior athleticism.
6. Gordon really struggled his first few games shooting free throws, but he's done a much better job recently.
He had 6 for 6 at one time against Drexel. I'll tell you this, though, this Wildcat team, they finished 27-8 last year. They got beat by Ohio State 73-70 after winning their first 2 games. They're going to have a great year this year. As people out of McKay are going to have a lot to cheer about.
Johnson the steal.
A lot to cheer about.
Headmans to McConnell. Johnson the trailer. Yes!
What a smart play by McConnell. What a smart play. Rather than force the action, he took his time. He knew he could shoot the rock.
Hood. Quick 3. Big shot for Duke.
Well, that's the kind of guy. He and Parker are the 2 guys that give you big plays when they need them.
Hood, like Parker, doing an outstanding job shooting the 3 this season, up around 60%.
Look at this Duke on the little zone. Little zone defense right now. Having a tough time matching up. Shows some quickness out of the zone.
McConnell steps in. And it's out of bounds to the Blue Devils.
Offensive schemes. And they show people also to stay out of foul trouble.
And Duke turn it up a notch at the offensive end.
And it also gives you lanes in terms of transition.
Hood. Got the ball back. And
For State, Steve Fisher's done a heck of a job with that program. They got a good player down there, Josh Davis.
Click to inbound for the Blue Devils, 23 on the shot clock. We've seen very little of Andre Dawkins tonight. He has not been much of a factor. Mike Krzyzewski relying offensively really on Hood, Parker, Cook, and to a certain extent Suleiman. Here's Cook. Nice look. Hood in the corner. Had a clean look. Parker misses the slam.
He's right there for the jam. I think they're going to go inside the Parker a little more like they did earlier in the first half. They're in a 2-3 zone. Parker in the middle of the 3-second area. Got to get in the gaps in the zone. And they're not familiar playing this zone, so they're not going to be as effective. There it is, right over the top of the zone. They're not as effective like in Syracuse, who runs in. Great execution by Sean Miller's kids. And that, my friends, is a coaching concept.
That is the 8th assist of the night for T.J. McConnell, finding Gordon on the alley-oop.
See Parker trying to post smart move.
Johnson with a block from behind.
Wow, he got fouled. He got fouled there. He got smacked right across the head.
And the chant of U of A reverberates around Madison Square Garden again.
Man, you're a cheerleader too. I like the way you do that.
There's some electricity in the building tonight. Gordon. Nice pass, and Hollis Jefferson with a slam.
Unselfishness, find the open man, move the basketball. Arizona putting a clinic on here in the last 5 minutes. A terrific performance. Great offensive efficiency, executing. Love the way they move the ball. They play with a lot of pride defensively.
Hood swings it to Cook. Down to 3.5 minutes to go. 10 on the shot clock. Suleiman. Johnson the rebound.
Not close. Got to manage the clock right now. You don't want to play slow, but you got to manage the clock. Shot selection, no time situation, and you really could be in great shape as an Arizona fan.
You know, when people start talking about the best backcourts, starting backcourts in America, this McConnell-Johnson combination has to be on the list.
Absolutely great. They play together so well.
Karzewski travels.
Both plays within the team concept. These guys are very unselfish players. They're all about winning.
Parker.
That's where he's got to go, Dan. He's unstoppable down in there. That separates him from a lot of people. Julius Randle has that great ability around the box as well. Timeouts are just raved to me about Parker saying how great he was going to be, and Tom right on the money, there's no doubt.
Johnson, such a big second for Arizona, and let's not forget for a moment what that guy's done. T.J. McConnell for the Wildcats tonight.
He's been the captain. He's been the catalyst. He's been the guy that's really, they put the ball in his hands and good things happen.
2 years at Duquesne, said he wanted to play on a bigger stage, have a chance to go to an NCAA tournament.
And A.J. McCarron represents everything about the Heisman. I hope the kid starts to get some enjoyed the Heisman. I mean, he was on the cover of Sports Illustrated. But they're going to beat Auburn because he will let them lose.
Thornton the swing to Hood. Duke needs baskets in a hurry. Hood trying to do it all as a freshman. Their second best player, Hood, is a transfer. So the role, you know, they lost Plumlee, they lost Kelly, they lost Kirk. 3 guys who have been mainstays in the program for a long time. So they are still establishing roles and finding out exactly who they are.
They're going to still win a lot of games.
Yeah.
They're going to win a lot of games.
And we'll see them again Tuesday, as you mentioned, against Michigan, 9:15 Eastern from Cameron. Big Ten ACC Challenge.
He hesitated right there, Johnson. He had himself a layup, but he hesitated. Nice speed.
Behind the back to Parker.
Are you a little disappointed that they're not able to do so far the things they thought they'd do with full court pressure, traps, using the whole court, but right now got to go to a trap. Athleticism right there by Jefferson. Threw the ball up high and didn't go get it. And put the ball back into the little leader's hands.
McConnell, Hollis Jefferson with a baseline cut. 48.
22 for 48.
Missed a pair.
That hurts. That hurts.
Arizona's got the ball.
And that even hurts. We got the basketball. Instead, 5, they got the ball.
Johnson the drive. Floats it up, and a block is the...
And then he converts both. Big turnaround, little situation, not coming up with a rebound on a missed free throw. Gives him a great opportunity. That'll up 7.
Suleiman. Hollis Jefferson deflected it away. Parker's got it. No basket. A foul.
Teammates seem to have such respect for him. Seem to love playing with him. There's a missed free throw right there. 2-possession game.
And precious seconds ticking away. You'd imagine if they don't, that Arizona will try to use as much clock as they can. Nice decision there by the freshman Hollis Jefferson to kick it out.
That's just great basketball IQ right there by this team. Really taking time off that clock.
Gordon. Yeah, Cooney really shooting the ball, and then is playing great for a freshman. 50 seconds left, just under 50. Duke ball down 6.
Slide Parker inside. Slide Parker inside.
Suleiman rejected by Gordon. Now you think they have to foul.
Not a foul, Cook.
Oh, they knock it away, but it's a foul call. Cook. In and out. Down to the rebound, Hollis Jefferson. McConnell is fouled, and they a 10-point lead.
Solid performance, defensively, offensively, shared the basketball, never panicked when key guys get in foul trouble.
Cook. And And it's a goaltend on Johnson. Count the back.
When you hear kids really want to go in a different way rather than listen to their coaches and do what they're trying to teach them. I wish him the best of whatever he does, but I'm just simply saying that he didn't fit in.
Parker off to Dawkins, who hits the corner three. That's what he does.
Two teams very proud, very successful programs coming after each other with a sense of pride.
And they'll foul again and send Johnson to 1 of 2, 8-point game. Final 10 seconds. And Johnson with another block.
He stays in school.
Parker misses the three. Hood, that basket will count, but